Dear students, in last day's class, you were introduced to two new characters, Tringulo and later to Stefano. Tringulo comes and he sees Caliban lying down on the floor, mistakes him for a fish and then for a monster, and finally he fixes upon saying that he is an islander who was affected by thunderstroke. And the storm begins, he takes rest under the cloak of Caliban. Later we have the entry of Stefano. Stefano enters drinking, having a bottle in his hand, and is singing the song of sailors, and he was making merry. That is where we stopped. So when Stefano ended and he was singing, Caliban hears the noise and he thinks that the spirit of Prospero is around. So Caliban says, "Do not torment me, oh." That is from verses 58 to 109 we are going to do. In 59 to 97, you will find Stefano sees the figure on the floor, thinks it to be a monster with 4 legs. He thinks the monster is having fever and shivering. It is having fever and shivering, provides drink to heal the sickness. So that is 59 to 97, what we are going to see. So Caliban says, "Do not torment me, oh Stefano." What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon with savages and men of India? I have not escaped drowning to be afraid now of your 4 legs. For it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground. And it shall be said so again while Stefano breathes at its nostrils. So what Stefano is trying to say is that who are these devils? There seem to be some devils here. But I shall not be afraid because I have escaped from drowning. Stefano also was in the ship which wrecked. So I managed to escape from the storm. So what is after all this monster? I shall not yield myself. Do you put tricks upon with savages and men of India? I have not escaped drowning. To be afraid means afraid. To be afraid now of your 4 legs. So, seeing Caliban and Tringulo lying down, they are not lying down evenly, in the sense their heads are not together. One person's head is this side, another person's head is the other side. So, you have 2 legs, one side and one head. And the other side also there are 2 legs and 1 head. So Stefano thinks it is a being having 4 legs. So he says, no, don't try to make me frightened. I shall not be frightened because I escaped from drowning. Then he says, for it has been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground. That is, cannot make him to yield. Man who went on 4 legs cannot make him to yield. And it shall be said so again when Stefano breathes at nostril, means breathes by the nostril. So as long as Stefano is alive, as long as he is breathing, nobody can defeat him. Caliban, the spirit torments me. Oh, again Caliban shouts, the spirit is tormenting me. So he hears only the noise and he thinks the spirits are around. Stefano, this is some monster of the Isil with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. It is pronounced as A-G-U-E. Pronounced as ague. Ague. Ague is shivering. Shivering. This is some monster of the Isil with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Actually, it is a terrible storm and rain. The people who are lying down, they are shivering. They are shivering. But Stefano says that they are having fever and they are suffering from shivering. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. So he heard this 4-legged monster speaking his own language. And he says, where did he learn this language? So if I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. I will give some relief. This is some monster of the Isil with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should be learn our language, I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he is a present for any emperor that ever trod on Neve's leather. So Stefano has a terrible plans, great plans for this monster. He says, if I am able to tame him, monsters are not that easily obeying. But if I can tame him, then take him for a sale. There will be so many people to buy him and he will make a good sale. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, if I take him to Naples, he will be a present for any emperor that ever trod on Neve's leather. Trod means to walk. Trod means to walk. Neve's leather is a hide of an ox. That is leather. So, whoever trod on Neve's leather means whoever is wearing a shoe. Whoever is wearing a shoe. That's the meaning. So, he is present for any emperor that ever trod on Neve's leather. That is, any emperor who walks using, or any emperor who wore shoes. Caliban, do not torment me, prithee, I will bring my wood home faster. So Caliban thinks that the spirits have come to torment him because he is not doing his job. He is known for his slow movement, lethargic way of doing things. So he says, I will bring my wood home faster. Stefano, he is in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He will taste of my bottle, if he have never drunk wine before. Will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly, and that soundly. So now when Caliban spoke saying that do not torment me, prithee, I will bring my wood home faster, Stefano thinks that he is saying some things in his sickness. He is suffering from fever and shivering. As a result, he is saying something which has no sense. He is in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest. That means he is not speaking anything senseful. He shall taste of my bottle. I shall give him some drink. If he have never drunk wine before, will go near to remove his fit. In case he is not used to drinking, never drank wine before, then this will heal him. This will be of some use for him to recover from his sickness. If I can recover him and keep him tame, recover from his sickness, recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. That means I will not be spending too much for him. I will not take too much for him means no price will be too high for him. So, even if I have to spend little amount, doesn't matter, because he is going to fetch so much for me. He shall pay for him that hath him. He shall pay for him that hath him means the one who is going to buy him, he will pay for him. And that soundly. And that soundly means he is going to pay him thoroughly. That is, Stefano is imagining that he will be fetching good amount by selling this monster, that is Caliban. For him that hath him, and that soundly, Caliban. Thou dost me yet but little hurt, thou wilt. Anon, I know it, by thy trembling, now prosper works upon thee. But Caliban again thinks that the spirit is speaking, the spirit is around. And he says, thou dost me yet but little hurt. That means you haven't hurt me much. You haven't hurt me much yet, but you will soon. I can tell by your sound. So, you haven't hurt me much till now, but I am sure you will be hurting me soon. Thou dost me yet but little hurt. That means you haven't hurt me yet. Thou wilt anon. Anon means soon, but soon you will hurt me. I know that. How do I know? I know it by thy trembling, by thy shivering. So, here Stefano also is shivering. And Caliban thinks that is the spirit of Prosper is going to torment him. Now Prosper works upon thee. Stefano, come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which will give language to you. Cat, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. I can tell you. And that soundly gives Caliban drink. So now Stefano is providing the medicine for Caliban's sickness. Caliban's fever and shivering, he gives the medicine. The medicine is nothing but something he pours from his bottle. The wine which he has been drinking, the left out one, he pours into the mouth of Caliban. Come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which will give language to you. So he says, if you drink this, that will help you to speak in languages. Ability to speak. Cat, he calls him cat. Cat, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. Shake your shaking means stop your shaking. Relieve your ague. It will relieve you from your ague, from your shivering. It will shake your shaking means it will stop your shaking. I can tell you, and that soundly. And soundly means surely it will stop. Gives Caliban drink. You cannot tell who is your friend. Open your chaps again. You don't even know who your friends are. Open your chaps means open your jars again. That is to pour drink again. He has closed his mouth. He says, open your jars. Open your mouth again. I will give you some more. Tringulo, I should know that voice, it should be, but he is drowned, and these are devils, I defend me. So suddenly Tringulo recognizes the voice of Stefano. He says, I should know that voice, it should be, but he is drowned, and these are devils, or defend me. Sounds like my friend's voice. No. He surely must have been drowned. So he cannot be here. Who are here all around me? There are only devils are there. Or defend me, he prays. Stefano, 4 legs and 2 voices. So far he was pouring wine into the mouth of the figure which is lying down. So Stefano was pouring wine into the mouth of the fellow who is lying down there. And suddenly he hears somebody talking from the other side, the other end. So he says, 4 legs and 2 voices. So far I saw only 4 legs. Now there are 2 voices. That means there are 2 mouths. A most delicate monster. This is not an ordinary monster. This is the most delicate monster. Delicate means exquisite. His forward voice now is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. Detract means to abuse. See, Caliban has been going on saying, do not torment me, Preeti, I will bring you wood home faster, and things like that. Some kind of curses and lamentations. But the other side, Stefano is saying, I should know that voice, it should be, but it's drowned and these are devils who defend me. So he says, one side it's letting out curses, and on the other side it is calling out for friends. So detract, the word meaning of detract is to abuse. If all the wine is my bottle will recover him. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come, gives Caliban, drink again. Amen. I will pour some in thy other mouth. So, Stefano says, even if I have to pour out the entire wine in the bottle, the remaining wine, the whole wine, even then I don't mind, provided I am able to heal the person who is suffering from ague, suffering from fever and shivering. Come, gives Caliban, drink again. Then he says, Amen. Okay, that's enough. Let me stop. I will pour some in thy other mouth. So Stefano thinks this monster has got 2 mouths, one this side and one that side. So he pours some here. Then he says, okay, enough. I will pour a little bit on the other mouth also. So he goes to the other side to pour in the other mouth of the monster. Tringulo, Stefano. So that time Tringulo recognizes him and calls him out. Stefano. So Stefano is the butler and Tringulo is the jester. Both were on the ship. So they know each other well. By hearing the voice of Stefano, Tringulo recognized him. Stefano, doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy. This is a devil and no monster. I will leave him. I have no long spoon. So when Stefano heard Tringulo from the other side of the mouth, somebody calling him Stefano, he got scared. And he asked, doth thy other mouth call me? What? Both the mouths are speaking. Already one side. Already he knew only that it has got 4 legs. Now it is all the more made clear that it has got 2 mouths. Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy. Have mercy on me. This is a devil and no monster. So he changes his opinion. So far he was saying it is a delicate monster. Now he changed his opinion and he says, No, this is not a monster. This is a devil. I will leave him. I have no long spoon. The long spoon reference is given there. Stefano now thinks that Caliban is not a monster but the devil himself. According to a superstition, a long spoon could help a man to keep the devil away from himself. That if you are in possession of a long spoon, devils will not come to you, it will go away. That was the belief. So Stefano says, I don't have a long spoon with me to keep the devils away. Therefore, I shall leave you free. So far he was thinking of healing the monster, his shivering and fever, and take him to Naples and sell him there and make plenty of money. So when he realizes that both the sides, it has got a mouth this side and that side, and both the mouths are speaking, he realizes that it's a devil, and he says, I shall leave you free. I shall not take you. Tringulo. Stefano, if thou best Stefano, touch me and speak to me. For I am Tringulo. Be not afraid, thy good friend Tringulo. So, Tringulo calls out to Stefano and says, if thou beest Stefano, if you are Stefano, if you happen to be Stefano, touch me and speak to me. For I am Tringulo. Be not afraid, thy good friend Tringulo. Who am I? I am your friend, very close friend of yours, Tringulo. So don't be frightened, but recognize me. Stefano, if thou beest Tringulo, come forth. I will pull thee by the lesser legs. If any by Tringulo's legs, these are they. Draws Tringulo out. Thou art very Tringulo indeed. How camest thou to be here? Stefano says, oh, you are Tringulo. Okay, if you are Tringulo, what is the problem? I will pull you by your legs. So there are 4 legs. He looks at the legs and he knows Tringulo well. So he is able to make out of the 4 legs which are the 2 legs of Tringulo. So he locates Tringulo's legs and he says, I shall pull you out. So he holds the leg of Tringulo and pulls him out of the overcoat of Caliban. And when Tringulo is brought out of the jacket of Caliban, he looks at Tringulo. Stefano looks at Tringulo and says, yes, you are Tringulo indeed. Really you are Tringulo. What he said is correct. You are Tringulo. Thou art very Tringulo indeed. How camest thou to be here? How did you come here? How is that you are under the coat? What happened? How did it happen? Tringulo is asked by Stefano. So we will see the reply of Tringulo and the rest tomorrow. Thank you.